Right, so it has been a while since we spoke about some pajama drama, as I think we dubbed it previously, but today we have a new topic to talk about. So there's a couple of people you need to be aware of here. The first one being Alyssa Flewellen, or the Flewellen fam. Judging by the name, you can probably guess that she runs like a family account, but she also has a brand called Silks, or Silks Design, and this brand sells pajamas, so like children pajamas and adult pajamas. Now another person you need to be aware of, which I'm sure a lot of you will be aware of because she was involved in like the last pajama drama, is please don't buy that. Please don't buy that, or Mallory makes a lot of videos kind of like critiquing like clothing companies, specifically with the materials they use, the way they advertise them, and she kind of gives her opinions. Now recently she was made aware of the brand called Silks, and she posted a video kind of talking about it and saying, judging by the name, she thought that the products would be made out of silk. They're not. And then also talked about the fact that they're made out of viscose, which she says is disgusting and should be illegal.
The other day somebody comments, what is your opinion on silks? I said, what's silks? But in my head I think, oh okay, it's a bunch of product made out of silk, right? You would think. I open the website and I find out that Alyssa owns this brand. As always, she's got those kids clocked in to be exploited. What do they sell? Oh, just the classic, you know, viscose pajamas. In case you're new here, viscose should be illegal. Viscose is disgusting. Viscose is trash.
So looking at some of Mallory's videos, the reason why she believes that viscose is like disgusting, should be illegal, one, because of kind of the way it's advertised, but also two, the way it is made. In previous videos, she has talked about how you can't legally list bamboo as a fiber type on a care label. So some companies will say that their product is 90% viscose from bamboo. And Mallory has previously spoke about how she believes this is a horrible process and full of toxic chemicals.
You have to use carbon disulfide to produce viscose. That's a chemical added to the wood pulp to turn it into viscose. Look it up. There is plenty of research showing all of the negative side effects associated with processing it. Neurological conditions, reproductive system issue, like there's so much. There's ample research and information out there.
So with that being said, you can see that Mallory already isn't a fan of the fact that these pajamas are made out of viscose. And she mentions this while giving her thoughts on the Silks brand and also like reading through the description.
It is illegal on a care label to call viscose bamboo. You can say viscose from bamboo, which you see they do right here, but then you have the description. We love our stretchy and soft pajama sets crafted with bamboo and spandex. Anytime you see a company, selling viscose, period, it's like, come on. But especially if they are marketing it using the words bamboo, immediately exit the site. Do not purchase.
Mallory then goes further to talk about the Satin bonnets that they sell on the website.
They sell bonnets, right? Kind of a big part of her brand. And they are marketed as satin bonnets. Nowhere in the descriptions do they list a fiber content. They say, our satin bonnet is breathable yet durable while being soft to the touch for even the littlest of hands. The quality speaks for itself with our double-line fabric and adjustable straps for infant women and children of all sizes and head shapes. So I read that and I went, oh, it's polyester. You're a company called Silks and your bonnets are made out of polyester, aka plastic. But, before I jump to conclusions, I went ahead and emailed their customer service to make sure I was right. To which they said, I was right. Oh, but it's high quality satin. High quality plastic, everybody.
Now, it seems like whenever we've discussed these situations that involve, like, please don't buy that, making a video, kind of giving her thoughts, and then ends up like spiraling to a much bigger situation, it's usually because Mallory makes the original video and then the company or the person who runs the company ends up commenting on the video, and then it turns into a bunch more videos. And that is exactly what happened here, because Alyssa then commented on this video on Instagram and said, I stand by every product I've created, and so do my reviews. I'd actually love to send you a PR box so you can judge it in real life, not just on IG. You should try to start a business yourself too. Would be much more productive than spending your time bashing other people's success and hard work. Send me your address and I'll get that sent over to you. And now at this point, Mallory starts making a few more videos and is more specifically talking about the fact that some of the things that Alyssa is doing are illegal. And as we'll see as we go further on here, it seems like Alyssa might also share some of these opinions because she ends up changing a few of the things that Mallory points out.
Well, Alyssa, are you aware, I think you are aware, that a lot of what you are doing with your brand is illegal? Right here on the homepage of your website, which is called Silks, and it doesn't have a single product actually containing silk. It says this brand is the first family matching sets and bonnets that won't slip off your littles' heads at night. First of all, apostrophe S should be in the littles, grammar error there. But at night. Really interesting that you chose to add those words, at night, because I know you are very aware that all of your loungewear sets don't pass testing to be sold as sleepwear, as pajamas, yet here you are making a lot of these in prints that are clearly intended to be sleepwear. I've personally never seen anyone market a set to be worn during the day as dreams, and also having, you know, stars and stuff.
So this is where we get into how the products are advertised. So Mallory is saying here that these products wouldn't pass testing for sleepwear, and it seems like Silks and Alyssa are aware of that, and we'll see in the description here kind of where they tell you that it's not intended for sleepwear. And the reason for this, to the best of my knowledge, is because children's sleepwear needs to be either snug-fitting or flame-resistant. If it's neither of these things, it won't pass testing, again, to the best of my knowledge. And as we'll see as we'll play this video, it seems like they're aware of this, right? Because they'll even include things in the description saying it's not intended for sleepwear.
But again, you are very well aware that it would be illegal to market them as sleepwear because they don't pass testing, which you say all right here. So why is it you are also photographing a lot of them with these bonnets, which clearly are worn when sleeping? And back to your words here at the homepage, at night. I mean, there's a lot.
So after this video was posted, the Silks website did change a few things. I mean, we can see here that previously where it said at night, it now no longer says that. And then Mallory also goes on to show some examples of where they've previously called them pajamas, like here, right? PJs alive, Silks, hashtag pajamas, hashtag pajama party, hashtag bamboo pajamas. So what Mallory is saying throughout this is that Silks can't be advertising these as like pajamas or sleepwear because they wouldn't pass the testing, especially for like the children's sleepwear. And again, obviously Silks seems to be aware of that, judging by the fact they're now changing some things, and they've also went through and like deleted a bunch of videos. Now the final video that Mallory's uploaded about this is responding to a video that Alyssa posted. It looks like it was over on her Instagram story, was re-uploaded by an account on TikTok. The account is called alyssafluellen.fa. I think it's like a fan account. And in this video, Alyssa is answering a question as to why you should pick her brand over other brands, and then Mallory gives her opinions on this.
Okay, I love this question because it's not talked about often, but I don't know if you guys know, but there's actually different grams and weight of bamboo. And of course, there's a bazillion and a half bamboo companies out there, but most of them are using 160 to 180 grams of bamboo, which no one is putting on their website, right? They're just putting 95% bamboo, 5% spandex. Like, they're not going into detail, but most of them are 160 to 180. And I use, I'm not gonna say the exact, but I use over 200. And it makes it a more luxurious feel, less piling, more durable over time, and that's definitely what sets us apart.
Now, like I mentioned, Mallory responds to this video and basically says the things that Alyssa is claiming are just straight up wrong.
Literally 0 cents. Bamboo does not have different weight. Fabrics have different weight, and there's no such thing as bamboo fabric. You have to harvest the wood pulp from bamboo to turn it into viscose, the fiber that you can actually spin into yarn and then knit into fabric. And the size of the yarn then affects the weight of the fabric. So she's talking about fabric weight, not bamboo weight. Also, it's grams per square meter. That's what the GSM stands for. Grams per square meter, not grams. That's how we weigh fabric. And to go from a 180 GSM viscose fabric to a 200 GSM, or maybe a 205 or a 210, like she's saying, is maybe like a 25 to 30 cents a yard difference.
Now, obviously in Alyssa's video, she was kind of talking about like durability, to which Mallory then responds saying that viscose isn't durable.
Now, I can't speak to the durability claims and like her fabric being way more durable than like, say, I'm assuming she's comparing this to like a Little Sleepy's fabric or a Posh Peanut Kite Baby fabric, but viscose is not durable. It doesn't matter how much it weighs. The fabric is going to pilling. Not piling, pilling. The fibers ball up on the surface because they're very short. It's a very, very shitty fiber. Viscose stuff never will look as good as the first time you wear it, whether you wash it and lay it flat to dry or you never wash it. The abrasion is going to cause it to pill.
So yeah, judging from the situation, it seems like Mallory's main accusations are kind of surrounding the false advertising claims, right? I mean, first of all, the brand's called Silks, products are made out of silk, whatever, it's the brand name. But I think the main problem here is the sleepwear side of things, right? Kind of advertising it as pajamas, sleepwear, but they can't really do that, and it seems like they're aware of that again because they did end up changing it. And then obviously there's Mallory's opinions on Viscose and whatnot, and who knows, it might be like a response from the Silks as a brand, or like Alyssa kind of going through some of the stuff that Mallory spoke about here. But all in all, I just quickly kind of roughly added up how many views Mallory's videos have got kind of talking about the situation. It's looking around like 4.5 million, 5 million views. So a lot of people became aware of this, and obviously it's not for a positive reason. So you would think that maybe the brand would respond to some of these claims and maybe talk about what they're going to do in the future. Who knows what's going to happen at this point. But with that all being said, I would love to know your opinions in the comment section down below on everything that we spoke about in today's video with Mallory's claims. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you agree with Alyssa or disagree? Just let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'm going to leave it there. So if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like down below, subscribe if you are new. If you're interested in some other content, me and Emily have a channel where we play games, react to reality shows, do vlogs, stuff like that. So if you're interested in any of that, that's always linked in the description. And until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, goodbye.